Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Spotlight with Sandalina, and I'm your talk show host, Sandalina Sattar. Today's very special guest is Dr. Mohamad Yasin, who is a Pakistani Muslim doctor and content creator. You may recognize him from his social media handle, Scrubby Mo. Thank you so much for coming on.
Of course.
We're gonna go ahead and get started with the first segment for this episode, which is the 5-minute life story. All right, you strike me as somebody with content that's high energy, silly, and informative. And you're a doctor of osteopathic medicine. We want to know your origins first. Tell us a little bit about your upbringing. Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Long Island, New York. It's an island off of Manhattan and Queens.
Yes,
you
we
guys
know about
that?
it. We do know about Long Island,
Long
yes.
Island? Yeah, I love Long Island. So I grew up there. I was born in Jamaica, which is in Queens. And I
JFK.
Yeah, I guess so. And I lived 26 years in Long Island, and then I moved just recently to the Bronx.
Tell me a little bit about your family. So I would assume your parents.
Yeah, so I have 3 older sisters, and I have a mom, a dad, old Desi.
Okay,
I think you know that, right?
I would imagine as such. Yeah, what's your ethnicity?
My ethnicity is, so my mom and dad are both from Karachi, Pakistan.
Okay,
yeah,
same as my parents, also
yeah,
Pakistan.
that's cool, yeah. Twins.
Yeah, oh my God.
Yeah.
Awesome. Tell me a little bit about their immigrant story.
So they immigrated in 1995, and they were like, we want a better life for my kids. And I was the only one born in America. My 3 older sisters were all born in Karachi. I was the only one who was born here. And when I was born, they were like, oh yeah, he's definitely gonna become a doctor. So I guess my whole like written story from the beginning was like, I'm gonna be a doctor. But they wanted me to be a cardiologist, and I was way far from that field. I just could never do that. But
so you followed the path, right? So there are a lot of Desi parents that sort of lay this out. It's premeditated, right, from the moment you're born. So in Islam,
they're like doctor, engineer, doctor, lawyer, and I was like, all right, I'll pick one. And I picked doctor.
and you stuck with it. I think
stuck
that's
with
the
it. Yeah, I know.
Part.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so tell me a little bit more about your siblings. So you mentioned that you have 3?
Yeah, I have 3 older sisters.
So you're the youngest?
I'm the youngest. I'm the baby. I'm the prince. I'm the whatever you call it, the cupcake, brownie, everything you could think of. They called. I have 3 beautiful older sisters, and they're all successful in their old fields.
Wow. Okay, that's really incredible. I love that you grew up in a house with so many women.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I know. And I was thinking about, like, if I have a kid in the future, I would love to have a daughter as well.
Yeah,
a little princess. Yeah, that would be really a big blessing for me. Yeah.
That's so sweet. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with religion.
So I'm definitely religious. I don't drink. I pray.
You're Muslim? I would
I'm Muslim.
Yeah. Just for the audience.
I should have started with that. I'm Muslim. I'm very religious.
Yeah.
I try my best to be a good person. I pray. I don't drink alcohol. Yeah. So I try to do the best for myself also, but also spiritually as well.
What was your relationship like with the Muslim community growing up?
So I grew up in a white neighborhood. So I grew up with like no Muslims around me. I grew up with just me and my family. But we used to go to the mosque. We used to go to Sunday school.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to learn as much as I can. I'm Shia Muslim, so I don't know. Do you know what?
Yeah, I know about.
So you know,
we have the Sunnis, we have the Shias, and we have a bunch of others.
I'm that little minority right there. Yeah.
I heard Zaran Mamdani's Shia.
Yeah, he is. And you know what's crazy? He followed me yesterday.
I saw that.
You saw that, right?
I saw that. That was actually that was really.
And that was a big flex in my life. Let's go. I know. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I know, yeah. So that's a big, nice thing. And interesting enough, he actually goes to the same mosque as me.
Oh, we'll have to go for Jummah one of these days.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
A lot of creators that come on this show have talked about sort of, having a relationship that maybe is strained at some points in their life, myself included. So I think it's really beautiful that you've been able to have this like consistent relationship. It's impressive. Tell me a little bit about your educational journey.
All Long Island, New York. I'm a New York born and bred boy. I did my undergrad at NYT, which is in Long Island. And then I did my medical school in Long Island as well at NYIT-Com. So I was in a 7-year program.
Okay.
So I did my bachelor's in science, and then I did my 4 years in osteopathic medicine.
Okay, nice. Very cool, very cool. And you had this video on your page about how to be a doctor at 25. So do you want to give the audience a little bit, a quick overview on that timeline?
Yeah, so right after high school, you can apply for something called a BSDO or BSMD program. And essentially, it's just an accelerated way of just becoming a doctor at a younger age.
That's awesome. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And when did you start making social media content?
So consistently since January, but I was
of 2025. That's this year.
This year, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So consistently from January 2025, but I was creating content for a little over a year and a half.
Okay. Wow. So you kind of had a quick rise. I mean, that's really impressive.
People love to smile. What could you expect? Come on now.
All right. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment for today's episode, which is the hot seat segment. So we're going to do some quick rapid fire questions. We're going to do some quick rapid fire questions. All right. What would your mom say if you quit medicine for comedy tomorrow?
Honestly, she supports it. She always tells me, nah, I won't support this, but she would 100% support anything. She just wants that doctor before my name. But besides that, I'm telling you, she'll support anything as long as it makes a lot of money.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
And it's respectable. I'm still keeping my, dean, and I'm just making sure that I'm still religious at the end of the day. But she'll support anything.
A man of God.
Yeah, let's go, right?
How many rishtas does your mom send you in a month?
That's crazy. So it used to be monthly, but now I just stopped because I just tell my mom I'm not ready, and she's like, all right, I'll respect that.
Fair.
Yeah.
We gotta listen to the inner flock. Yeah, there you go. Favorite desi at-home remedy that you actually believe works?
Turmeric with black pepper. What are you talking about? We all know about that, right?
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
I was recently just sick, and I was back in California, and my mom made me a hot tea with ginger, lemon, and honey.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it works.
I was like, whoa, okay. Something to be said about that.
Yeah, I know.
If you had to date a prescription med, which one?
Oh, definitely Adderall. My mind keeps racing. What are you talking? I would definitely date Adderall. I need that shot into my veins. I want to make sure I'm hyper focused, hyper driven, making sure that I'm on task. My Google Calendar is up to date. Everything is just fully structured.
Okay, laser focus.
Laser
That's what
focus. I'm telling you, Adderall.
Okay. Which over-the-counter drug is the most overrated?
Yo, ashwagandha, have you ever taken that?
No.
Yo, it's the worst drug over the counter. It makes you depressed. It evens out your mood. It's horrible.
Okay, if your stethoscope could talk, what would it say about you?
He would say, you're a good looking guy. I like your smile. You're a king. You're funny.
Some positive affirmations.
I know, right? I know. Why would my stethoscope say something bad about me? I don't understand.
It's your best friend.
I know, right? He's such a nice guy. I like that guy. Litman, I love you.
Biggest red flag in a fellow doctor?
Biggest red flag in a fellow doctor? I hate fellow doctors that don't smile. You're seeing a bunch of patients every single day. Smile.
Yeah, some good advice for those of you in med school. Take notes. Smile. Yeah, that's fair. You're actually right. Yeah, that does make a difference.
I know. If you're not smiling, then how are you gonna make a patient smile? Also,
I like that.
Yeah.
Spread some joy.
I know. Yeah. If you're smiling, the patients will smile. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go then the patient's gonna be like, "What's going on?"
It makes for a bad experience.
I know. Yeah. You smile all the time.
Craziest DM ever received?
Someone told me not to smile anymore because I'm putting creases on my face. I'm like, hey, I like to smile. She's like, oh, you're gonna get crow's feet. I'm like, hey, let me just smile.
They keep inventing all these things on social media to be insecure about. Yeah. Oh, you just gotta live. It's not worth it. Comedic inspirations.
I love Key and Peele, man. I think I grew up a lot watching them do a lot of their comedy.
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
I love them. Yeah.
Least glamorous part about being a DO?
No, I love being a DO. What are you talking about? There's nothing non-glamorous about being a DO.
Okay, he swears by it 24/7. Yeah. One med you would never take even if you were paid to?
Opiates.
That's a fair one.
I would never take opiates just because I feel like they're not the best medication for patients. I mean, I understand during acute care and understand that if you're post-surgery and you need it, you got to take it acutely. But chronically, I don't think opiates should be ever prescribed to any patients.
Okay. Well, no, that's a fair answer. We are in the midst of an opioid crisis in this country. As a DO, what are your thoughts on Ozempic?
So I believe that Ozempic is okay for the purpose of helping a patient achieve a lifestyle that they want. And if they're overweight and they're unable to lose weight through exercise and diet alone, and they need some extra juice to kind of
Sure,
like
sure.
help them lose weight so they can achieve their lifestyle. And I think it's okay. But I don't believe that people who are of normal weight and normal BMI should be taking Ozempic for the purposes of losing more weight.
Sure.
Right? I think it should be only meant for people who cannot achieve weight loss above, like, for example, 35 to 40 BMI, and they're like failed, gastric bypass surgery. They cannot lose weight through just diet and exercise alone. Then I would be like, okay, then we can try Ozempic. But I feel like Ozempic nowadays is abused, especially by people who have BMIs less than 25.
Yeah.
Who shouldn't be taking these the shot at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I hear you. Last question: if you weren't a DO or in social media, what would you be doing right now?
Yeah, I would love opening up an ice cream shop. I would love sprinkles, crunchies, frosties, crepes. I would love doing all of that.
What would you name it?
Mo Sugar.
Mo Sugar. I like that. All right, you guys heard it here first. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next segment for today's episode, which is the shadow segment.
Okay.
So we're gonna switch from sort of this fun, high energy, hot seat to something a little bit more serious.
She's gonna make me cry.
We have had tears shed on the show.
Really? No way.
Yeah,
no way.
plenty. Yeah, plenty.
I'm not gonna cry. I promise.
Okay.
I promise
well,
my mom.
Even if you do, there's no harm in it. We embrace emotions on this show. But look, being a content creator, it's great, right? The whole world is watching you. It's a very multifaceted journey that comes with both highs and lows, right? And on this show, in this segment, we want to talk about some of those lows.
Okay, I like that. You can't appreciate the lows if you don't have any highs, and you can't appreciate the highs if you don't have any lows.
Exactly. So we want to talk about all sides of the coin.
Let's do it.
So, you are online a lot, and you've gone viral multiple times. But, there's hate in your comments, as there are for plenty of creators. What's your journey with online hate been like?
I like haters. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
wow.
think about it. If they're hating my content, then they're technically commenting underneath my comments, which is gonna help push the content even more. And then other people comment underneath, and then it just helps the content. Haters are good. I don't know. Like, if you have haters, then you made it, right?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
So you're telling me you've never once read a comment that stung?
Not really. I feel like I love hate comments. It just, honestly, it makes me laugh a little bit sometimes when people are like, Mo, you ugly, or Mo, how could you say that? I'll just be like, this is my content. I feel proud of my content at the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about your insecurities, right? You're on camera all the time.
Right.
You're constantly putting yourself out there. And like you said, hate comments maybe don't get to you the way that they do to the average creator. But do you have any insecurities or any voice in your head that's sort of, gnawing away at you while you're creating content?
Yeah, I think that sometimes I have a certain standard of type of content that I put out there. And when I feel like I posted a content and it doesn't feel as good or up to the same standard I have been trying to create in the last couple of months, then I end up archiving these videos, and sometimes they don't even make it out there, just because I'm just continuously trying to do better each time I post content. So when it doesn't reach the certain standard that I've created, then I kind of sit back, I reevaluate, try to see how I can make it better the next time. But then I always try to think of other ways that I can keep improving my content as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. How would you say your relationship with mental health has been in the face of social media? We've had people on this show talk about sort of, the highs and the lows that come with going viral and then having a flop, right? And what people like is fickle, right? Nobody can be relevant forever.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your relationship been like with that?
Yeah, I do notice that sometimes my videos go viral and sometimes they don't. And that's totally okay because I have loyal followers, and I look for those loyal followers to comment and like my videos.
Okay.
And then if I get new followers from a new video, then I'm really, really happy because I'm reaching new audiences. But my main goal is to reach the people that already are loyal to me.
Okay.
And then if I get new people, then I'm like, oh, more loyal people, right? When I first started creating content, I was creating content from just my room. And I didn't have any social media friends, so I obviously didn't have anyone to really relate to. And then I started creating content with my family, and it just became a family thing.
Yeah.
Which made me even feel even better. And then I started making friends through social media, and I was like, oh my god, now everyone can relate to me, and I know how it feels to create contents, the highs and lows. But overall, I'm like really grateful because I have loyal followers. I have great friends that I made from social media, and it's just like a special overall feeling just to be able to be in this space. And even be here right now. This is just a nice feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good. No, we're happy to have you.
Yeah.
When was the last time you felt deeply lonely, even though you're seen by so many online?
I moved to the Bronx 2 years ago, and I always love the love and care that my mom provides for me, and I love being so close to her. But now I live alone, so now I don't get to see her every single day. So I think sometimes I feel lonely because I long to see my mom. I'm a big mama's boy at the end of the day, so I want to see my mom every day. But she's like, no, you got to go out there, you got to have fun, you gotta make new friends. Yeah, I go back, I see my mom every single weekend.
Oh,
And
that's
I
really
make sure I go
sweet.
to see my mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm New York born and raised, so I stay in New York. I like did all my training, everything in New York. So like I'm gonna be around my mom my whole life. So it's gonna be nice.
I
Yeah.
love that.
I think in terms of
Inshallah, yeah.
loneliness, that's the only thing. But yeah.
No, that's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your openness. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the last segment for today's episode, which is the spotlight segment. Headline for today's episode is Brown Boy First Gen Doctor Has Jokes. So you talk about this a little bit in your 5-minute life story, but this was sort of the predetermined path that your parents had laid out for you, correct?
Yeah, I mean, they always wanted me to be a doctor at the end of the day, but I chose medicine because I really want to help people.
So that was going to be my question. Did you feel like there was any point at which it clicked for you, or any moments where you sort of questioned this path of becoming a doctor?
Yeah, so I chose rehab medicine for my residency training, and then for my fellowship, I chose pain management. And for my medical school, I chose osteopathic medicine, right? So when I first started medical school, I was kind of confused of what type of field I would want to go into, right? And osteopathic medicine embraces holistic medicine, treating the body, mind, spirit all together.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to keep learning and growing from what I learned in medical school. And I thought that rehab medicine was just a better way of just like adding on to the tools that I already created in medical school. And osteopathic medicine is very hands-on, very manipulative, right? But then I wanted to get some procedural action as well. That's why I went into physical medicine rehab. I'm able to do like joint injections, Botox injections for people who have spasticity. I'm even able to do like wheelchair management. I'm able to do like set people up with prosthetic legs, even orthotics. I'm able to do so many things like wheelchair management. And I really do have a special connection with people who are disabled and handicapped, because I just love the idea of helping them, even 1%, because that 1% is so much for them. So I truly really love rehab medicine, and I thought that was a special field for me. And then after that, I was just like, I want to help my patients more. A lot of people who are disabled and handicapped, they really go through a lot of pain, and I was like, I just want to learn more so I can help them as best as I can.
Wow. Yeah. That's really touching. Thank you so much for sharing that. Was there a specific moment that sort of sparked this profound sense of empathy that you have towards people that are disabled, or has it just always been a part of who you were?
Yeah. So I really get happy when other people around me are happy, and just being able to put a little smile on a patient's face and just making them feel even like 1% better just makes me feel like 1,000 times better. So truthfully, like making my patients feel so much better makes me feel so much better.
Does it work the other way? When people around you are not feeling as great, does that sort of bring down your mood too?
Yeah, I think sometimes like negative energy around me will also like make me feel like I have negative energy in myself. But then I end up like stepping back and making sure that like I'm identifying when it's negative energy, and then I'm like, okay, I need to step away from this environment and just do what's best for myself.
Okay. Wow. No, that's really great. So how specifically did you get into making comedic internet content? Because it's very different than being a DO, right?
Yeah, I know. I just always loved comedy. I always loved making people laugh and put smiles on their face. So I was like, I can do this on a social media platform. I didn't realize where it would go. No, none of the people in my family knew about it when I first started. None of my friends. I was just doing it for fun because I just wanted a different hobby. And then I was just like posting consistently, and then people started liking my stuff, and then more people who like saw my stuff were like, "I've seen this guy before," and it just made me feel like a little happy. So I was like, "All right, let me just continue it," and just continuing, being consistent since like really January.
Yeah.
And I'm hopeful that it like continues growing like it is now.
It's only the beginning.
I
No,
know,
that's incredible. Did you face any pushback when you started creating content from the community? Was there any sort of lo kya kenge? Or,
Lo kya kenge is the ultimate line. Yeah, I think a lot of people, for the most part, were very supportive of my like whole entire social media thing, and everyone like always like even at work or is like there is always in awe. They're like, I want to be in your videos, and I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's do it. And my mom loves to be in my videos now. My sisters love being in my videos. Even my dad too. Like he started being in some of my videos as well. Like I just feel like I've always been around supportive people in my life that like they always want me to grow and do better for myself, and they know how much social media comedy means to me. So they always are supportive and making me just keep pushing myself to be even better every single day.
I will say, getting an immigrant father in your social media content, that is a badge of honor.
It's a big flex in my life, okay?
Not many people can do that. My dad would absolutely never. You kind of touched on this, but I was going to ask, have your coworkers or attendings ever mentioned your content to you in person?
Oh my God, my program director, she follows me on Instagram.
Really?
My assistant program director follows me. Every person inside my hospital that like works closely with me follows me, and they are so supportive and they love my content.
Do you worry about being taken seriously in the medical field? You're not really worried about that with the intersection of sort of comedic content and being a DO?
I always believe that, you know, if I'm doing something for myself and making sure that I'm happy, I don't think anyone should really like judge me for that. And then I think at the end of the day, I'm doing what's best for me as well. Even showing that I'm a professional at the end of the day, I'm educating my patients, making sure that they're making the lifestyle changes to make sure that they're like living a long, healthy life.
Good.
Yeah.
And you kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but what are some of the things that you see day to day on the job?
Yeah, so I work with patients with strokes, traumatic brain injuries, spinal cord injuries, post-surgical cases. I work with pediatrics, pain patients, sports injuries, you name it, any sort of injury, disability, or any patients that are handicapped, I work with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how about this? Take us through a week in your life and how you manage to split your time between being a DO and making content.
Right. Yeah. So I think I briefly mentioned this to you before, but I literally worked 24 hours yesterday, and I've been filming since 8 a.m. till now, which is like what, 9 o'clock right now. So like I work straight always. And
how long have you been awake?
I don't know, a long time. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
thank you for coming on.
Yeah, of course.
Sure you're exhausted.
Yeah.
So is that normal for you, like 24-hour
Yeah,
shifts?
I'm always in overdrive. I'm always working hard and making sure that I'm creating content and make sure that I'm consistent, but also providing the best care for my patients at the same time. So I work hard for myself, and I also work hard for my hospital and my patients as well.
So I just want to understand this, just to be clear.
Yeah.
So you worked a 24-hour shift.
Yes.
You came back today at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
And you started making content right away.
Yeah, so I had a photo shoot in the morning, I had a haircut, I created content with another collaborator, and then I came here as well.
Oh my God. And you guys don't know this, but it's probably about like 9 p.m. right now. So are you going to sleep tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to sleep tonight, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope so. Oh man.
As long as I don't have eye bags, I feel good, you know?
No, you're doing great.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really incredible.
Yeah.
That's
no
impressive.
caffeine or anything.
No caffeine? Oh,
Inner drive, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just who you are. You got all the energy in you. I love it.
I'm the Energizer Bunny.
What do you hope people feel when they see your content?
Happiness, of course. I create content so other people are happy. Even if they're having a bad day, I want to make sure that, you know, I can put a little smirk on their face and make sure that they're happy at all times.
Wow.
Yeah. That's my biggest goal, is to make other people around me happy.
Such a refreshing take. My
Yeah.
cynical worldview needed a little bit of this
yeah,
today.
of course.
So I've noticed that you've been getting into some street interview content. Do you want to tell us about that?
Oh, so I have a good friend who also does street interviews. He's like, this is the move. And he's like, you talk so well with other people and make sure that they feel so okay. And I think that he kind of gave me the inner drive to kind of pursue that and start doing street interviews. I'm trying to do more street interviews, especially people who are in medicine, just so that people get a little taste of how people got into medicine and their journeys from different countries, and making sure that they have mentors, especially in different fields, orthopedics or any other fields out there. So yeah, I have a bunch of street interviews coming up. So
okay, good.
soon,
It is an up and coming sort of category on the
Yeah.
social media space, a street interview. It's
Yeah.
very popular.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that you're able to sort of, ride on
Yeah.
that wave. When you think about longevity, do you see yourself doing medicine and media long term?
I find happiness in doing both, so I want to make sure that I continue both my hobby and my career at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Wow. What's the dream now? What's in your future?
I would love to open up an ice cream shop, like I'm still stuck on that. I want to make sure that I open up an ice cream shop. Sprinkles, crunchies, crepes, gelato. I want to have some like Dubai chocolate, everything
Okay.
you have, Nutella. That's the goal, ice cream shop.
He wants to open up an ice cream shop.
Mo sugar.
Okay. Where is it going to be?
Hopefully Long Island, yeah.
Okay, we'll have to make a
Yeah.
trip out for
Yeah,
the
no.
grand opening. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Parting words for your audience. Any advice to the viewers?
Always eat well, sleep well, and put a smile on your face at the end of the day. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. That's
I love
all for
that.
today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Tune back in next Sunday for the next Fluent episode. And in the meantime, I'm your talk show host, Sandalina Sattar, signing off.